NBA Finals tonight. That's why you're in Boston, the great city of Boston. You got the Celtics and the Mavericks, and former Celtic Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving coming back to Boston, and you're waiting for some kind of edge. But Kyrie, I'm grateful for Boston. You are. Jayson Tatum, I enjoyed my time with Kai. Oh, you did? Kai. Jaylen Brown, that's my brother. We have better, all the things that he's been through. All the things that he's been through? You mean all the things that he's created? He's been through things that he's created. It's not like, the universe was against Kyrie Irving and yet man versus nature. Kyrie overcame the universe. No, Kyrie did it. It was Kyrie versus Kyrie in many cases. And so it's funny. I wish there was a little bit of nastiness between the players. I wish Jayson Tatum said, you know what? I got something for him. And Kyrie was like, I got something for these people here. Oh, they want to boo me? I got something for them. Show up tonight. Bring your popcorn. Now it's all so nice. It's all so pleasant.
Are we sure we can handle competitive chatter? Are we sure that in competition we can handle all of that? Because if the last few days, if the last week or so is any indication, we as the media cannot handle outside things away from competition. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Right?
I love it.
Now, I will tell you this. I found this funny. Jaylen Brown had his media day press conference yesterday, sitting in the bowels of the Boston Garden or whatever the hell it's called nowadays, right?
TD Garden. But it's the Garden. Call it Boston Garden. I like the way you call it Boston Garden. It's Boston Garden.
Right. And someone asked him about the criticism that he and Jayson Tatum have received over the years as a duo, playing for the Celtics, not having delivered. And you know what he said? He said there's a proverb, there's a quote that's one of my favorite quotes. He said, a child that does not feel the warmth of the village will feel the heat when he burns it down. He couldn't get the exact quote out, right? Mm-hmm. But he was, and someone tried to say a village, the village is raised by, the kids raised by a village. He's like, no, not that one. He's like, no, not that one. He was, and I kind of said, you mean the one that burns it down? He was like, yeah, that one. And I was like, so it may not be Tatum and Brown versus Kyrie Irving. It's Tatum and Brown versus everybody. It may be Tatum and Brown versus Boston by the end of this, because they feel the pressure. They feel the criticism. They feel the heat of it. And baby, let me tell you, can you imagine a world where the Celtics have this charmed life getting to the NBA Finals, right? They played beat up teams. They've avoided teams. They've swept teams. They're 12-2 and getting to the finals. Can you imagine having a full, clean bill of health and then you lose to a fifth seed?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, it is, you said it. The road really has been designed by a longtime Celtics fan, it seems like. It seems like that bar that you were watching last night, it seemed like 30 people got into a bar, had some drinks, and started saying, okay, how are we going to design this so the Celtics can get to the NBA Finals with the least amount of resistance? So first round, Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler. Second round, Cleveland Cavaliers, 2 games without Donovan Mitchell. So best player out round 1, best player out round 2. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do it in round 3. The hell you can't. The Indiana Pacers, 2 games without their best player, Tyrese Halliburton. Now, that's the good part. The difficult part, even against that lesser competition, Benny, is that they have not lost a road game yet. So, hey, there's something to be said for that, even if you're playing the Pacers and the Cavaliers without Mitchell and the Heat without Jimmy Butler. If you can go on the road and handle your business, okay, you're on to something. And they showed clutch moments against the Pacers. Okay, that's an asterisk there. I look at them and say, hey, if you take care of home court, you don't have to envision that scenario that Vinny Goodwill just brought up. If you take care of home court in the Boston Garden, get that TD out of here. If you take care of home court on Thursday and Sunday, not only are you going to win the championship, you're going to win the championship quickly. You're going to win the championship in 5 because you will, based on what you have shown, you will go to Dallas and you will win at least a game. You're not going to go to Dallas and lose 2 games based on what you've done on the road so far. That's not going to happen.
Are you predicting? No. I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you.
Yes,
I'm going to ask for permission from Gary Carter to treat you like a hostile witness. May I approach the bench?
Come on, Cletus. Come on.
Are you Michael Holley? Michael Sebastian
Scott
Holley?
Scott.
Oh, Scott, my bad. I called you Sebastian. I thought it was
Michael
an S,
Scott.
but I wasn't really sure what the S stood for.
Like the office, Michael Scott.
There we go.
Yes.
So Michael Scott Aloysius Holley III.
The first, but go ahead.
Are you telling me, are you putting your hand on the Bible and you are telling me that the Boston Celtics are going to win the NBA Finals in 5 games? Are you telling me that you are predicting that the only game that they will lose will be in Dallas because they're just going to lose a game? You're telling me, without a shadow of a doubt, that the Celtics, who have been a completely unserious playoff team until the last 2 minutes of games against inferior competition, who may not have the 2 best clutch players on the floor at any given night, that they are going to put it together against a team in Dallas that has been forged by fire, that has beat 3 levels of championship contending teams to get here at full strength, that you mean to tell me that the Celtics are going to cakewalk?
I don't think either one of them has beaten the champion. Let me just dial that back. You know, there's seeds. As Coach Reddick told a radio host in Boston, there's a regular season. There's a regular season.
I love that. Heard that interview. JJ Reddick in a Boston interview. I bet there was all types of elitism going there.
Vinny, you don't even know that. So well said. Exactly. Precisely. That's exactly what happened. At one point, JJ tells the host, you know, and his tone too, in that Duke tone, you know, that's an asinine way to look at basketball. Like, hey man, hey, you can't, like, can you imagine somebody in Detroit, you just talking in Detroit, and somebody says, you know, that's an asinine way of looking at basketball. First you say, where are you from? You ain't from here. And then secondly, you say, who are you talking to?
That's the first one. First one is who you talking to. I'll be looking around like
who the hell are you talking to?
I got a twin over my shoulder or something like that. Yeah, you ain't talking to me.
You ain't talking to me. Yeah, no, you ain't talking to me like that. Anyway, so Coach Reddick, he did say when he got the asinine part out, he said there's regular season basketball and there's playoff basketball. So I agree with him. Oklahoma City ain't a championship team yet. They will be one day. They ain't. Minnesota, not a championship team. They will be one day. And the Clippers. Anyway, so the Celtics play the Heat. They ain't won a championship. Heat culture. I see you. I feel you, but not a champion. Cavs, Pacers. So they're both equal in that sense. I just like not only Boston's duo. We keep focusing on the duo. Let's get beyond the duos. I like Boston's talent much more than I like Dallas's talent. And I'm not saying Dallas is untalented, but if you're asking me outside of the top 2 for both teams, who would I rather have? Yes, I'll take Porzingis taken off the injury report. Yes, I'll take Drew Holiday. I'll take Derek White. I'll take Al Horford. I like what they have more than I like what Dallas has. Now, teams, you've covered many championship teams and studied many championship teams. It's not always who's got the top talent, but how do those pieces fit? I think the Celtics have both. I think the Celtics have more talented players, and those guys understand their roles, and they seem to pop up when they're needed to, do something outside of their prescribed role. Drew Holiday wasn't asked to score a lot in the regular season, but against the Pacers, he gave you a couple of 20-point games, averaged 18 for the series. Same thing with Derek White. I think the Mavericks players in those roles, especially when you get beyond P.J. Washington, if you ask them to do something beyond that, I don't think they can. I think it's a short series. I think it's a bad matchup for the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm going to give you your travel schedule. You got 2 games in Boston, Thursday and Sunday. Get ready for your I told you about your rainy weekend.
Yep.
Enjoy it. You're going to go to Dallas next week, and you're not going to return to Dallas. You're going to go back to Boston for Game 5, and then there you go. Monday, I think it's Monday the 17th. Is that Game 5? Sunday, either is it Father's Day or the day after? Or is it Monday?
No, I think Father's Day is the week after. I think Father's Day is... No, maybe you could be right. You could very well be right.
Anyway, you're done. You're done. You're going to come back to Boston, stay in some overpriced hotel, see somebody else get put to sleep at a bar because that's just how we do it in Boston. And then you're done with the NBA Finals. Then you can worry about Cleveland? Then you can worry about Bronny.
Ain't you from Cleveland? You saying
Akron.
We.
Yeah. Hey, I have lived in Boston longer than I lived in the great state of Ohio. Love Ohio, but I lived here longer than I lived there. Facts. Anyway, hey man, my whole operation, the house that Tom Brady built here. I mean, Tom Brady built my house. So you think, what am I supposed to do? Come on, I got Boston connections. This is home. Anyway, are you telling me it's gonna be a long series?
It's gonna be a lot longer than 5 games, my friend. I think you
6.
are wholly, severely discounting the Dallas Mavericks having the best player and the best coach. And I think that counts for a lot in a playoff series, in a final series. Now, I defy you to name me an instance in modern NBA history where a team had the best coach and the best player and fell in 5 games. I'm an NBA historian.
There you go.
I can randomly name NBA MVPs every year from the year that I was born in 1984.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Motown.
Okay.
That's where I'm from, baby.
When's the last time Detroit won a championship?
20 years ago.
Okay. How many games they winning in?
They won it in 5.
Did they have the best player? No.
They had the best coach.
They did not. No, they
did
not.
Yes, they did. Larry Brown was a better coach than Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. No, he's not. No, he's not. You know he's not. You know he's not. No, he's not.
In that series, absolutely he was. In that series, absolutely he was.
He got outcoached. That's saying something different. So Phil Jackson's a better coach than Larry Brown. But Phil Jackson got outcoached by Larry Brown. True. Chauncey Billups is not better than Kobe Bryant. Chauncey Billups is not better than Shaquille O'Neal. But he was the finals MVP. He stepped up. He was the best in that series. It happens. It can happen. And that happened to be an upset. They weren't even seen as the better team. Now we know they were. But going into that series outside of Michigan, most people thought, okay, that's cute. That's cute. We got the Pistons and a nice little defensive team.
But that's what you guys in Boston think of Dallas. Oh, they're cute. We can cheer Luka Doncic because he reminds us of somebody we used to know. And we can boo Kyrie Irving because we hate Kyrie. You guys think that this series is tailor-made for you. You guys think that you have made off easy, that you don't have to see Denver, that you don't have to see Minnesota. Boston believes, by the way you're talking, you do not believe that the Dallas Mavericks represent clear and present danger.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.